that if had not been invented would need to be invented. This is in the States, in the United States, you could say this is the greatest thing since motherhood and apple pie. Now think of it. Here you have a correlation of the mapping that Morten and our friends at Vestas came about, and then you're taking the older generation turbines of Vestas, the V27s and the V47s, producing 250 kilowatt and 660 kilowatt each, from positions of where they are in Europe. You take them down, you take advantage of that position to deploy a new, bigger generator, you recondition the one you took down, and you deploy it to bring energy to 1.3 billion people around the world. It doesn't get any better than that. I come from a developing world nation. I know what it is to be without energy and with energy. And Andrew, you hit it right on the mark when you mentioned the challenges that the world has. The world is a complicated place. There are too many things that take up our daily attention. But there are two wars we need to win. One is the war on poverty, and the other one is the war against climate change. And this program gives us instruments to win both with the same instruments. And that is also why it is so powerful. Because energy poverty is where poverty begins, amigas y amigos. So dealing with that is dealing with the challenges that we have to tackle today. Now look at it from an investor point of view. From an investor point of view, we at the Carbon World, as a partner in this, we're delighted with this program. And banks and financial institutions should be fully behind it. Not to take it only to the first 100 million people, but to take it to the first billion people. Look at the economic returns on this. This is a program that completely strips out the risk for investors in what they are looking at. So what are investors looking at when they talk about risk? The first one is a supply risk. Is there a supply risk here? No. It's a proven technology. We have the wind factor already measured. We have great advancements from a technological point in terms of grid integration and being able to bring in this type of renewable energy wind into the grid system. And we also have a flexible deployment because these turbines can be deployed because of their size into small places, in one container, as needed, according to the market. So there is no really risk from the supply side. From the demand side, this is being deployed against a government PPA, and it's being deployed with partners on the ground that know how to do things in that country or region where they're operating. And Masdar, Mohammed, with all of your experience, brings tremendous acumen to that point specifically. And then if you look at the country risk, well, you know, country risks are always country risks. But you're doing this with local developers that know their way on the ground, and you are tapping in to programs that are already existing in those countries. So you're stripping out the risk. Look at the financials. Don't tell anybody. But if you look at the financials and you are an investor, this gives you an internal rate of return of over 15% over the 20-year power purchase agreement. You don't get that type of a return in the world of today. For all of those reasons, this is absolutely fantastic. And that is why I say, if it wasn't invented, it would need to be invented.
Great, thank you so much. I think